Hi, we're here at Hart Hill Res again today. We're here because James has decided to set me a few challenges. First one being to catch as many fish as I can in 2 hours on zigs, and the second challenge is to catch 220s out of Hart Hill, which is dominated mainly by lots of mid-double fish. So I've had a few so far, but nothing big yet. So hopefully I'll pass the first challenge and catch as many as I can on this. So let's go and get the rods out. Because we're fishing zigs today, there's no need to conceal your line and have your line on the bottom. So you want to be tightening right up to your lead and just clip your bobbin on and have it nice and tight. And then the next thing to do is get some bait out. Yeah, as I was saying, when you've got your zigs out about a rod length apart, you want to start spodding over the top to create a disturbance and a cloud in the water. So get the rod out there, hit the clip, and hopefully the sound of the spod and the cloud and the liquids in the spod mix will start to attract the fish in. And normally you tend to get your runs when you're actually spodding over the top. They won't spook off it, so keep putting them out. That's the thing with zigs, it's not just to chuck it out and sit and wait. You've got to work at it, keep spodding, keep introducing that cloud into the water, because once that cloud's gone, there's nothing to attract the fish in apart from a piece of foam that's sat in the water. So just got to keep working. Yeah, that one's on. Well, like I was just saying, but spodding over the top, you'll get your runs once you're spodding over the top. Yeah. Right, as I was saying out there, might be a good fish actually. You'll get most of your bites when you're spodding over zigs, because the splash and the cloud and all the attractions and flavours are all attracting the fish in. So you've got to keep working at your spodding. It's not a lazy method, unfortunately. You can't just chuck them out and leave them there. So it just goes to prove they've only been out less than 2 minutes and we've got one already. And hopefully it's 20. I know. It's best to play these fish on zigs on the side, because you keep a nice steady pressure, keeping the rod up in the air. You can pull the hook out, you've got more chance of flipping over on your line. So sometimes you can have your lead bouncing up and down. If it's up in the air like that, bouncing up and down, you can pull the rig out. So if you keep it flat, everything's nice and flat, bring it in on a straight line. Right, so on this left-hand rod, the water's 9 foot out there. So I did have one out at 7.5 feet, so 1.5 foot below the surface, but that's when the sun was really high. The sun's gone down a bit now, so I've took a foot off this one. And this is the one that's gone first, so it's telling me that they've just dropped down out of that surface of the layers of the water and just dropped down a little bit. But like I say, keep playing it like this, it brings them in on a straight line and your lead's not bouncing all over the place, which can sometimes pull the hook out. These rods that I'm using today are a Skepta range. They're 10 foot, 3.5 pound test curve, and they're easily getting these rigs out with 3.5 ounce leads, 120 yards. Even with a bit of a crosswind and a headwind, they're not struggling. Right, so on these two zigs, obviously I've gone for different depths, so I've also gone for different colours. On the right hand rod, I've got black, solely black kicker, black foam. Solely because it silhouettes against the sky a lot better than what yellow would. Yellow disappears in the water colour when it goes about 3 or 4 feet down anyway. So, but on this one I've got black and red. I've noticed there's been a few flies and a few hatches, damson flies coming off the water. So I know they're not red, but it just gives them a sight to aim at. and this is the one that's gone first. So when I put this one back out, if it goes again, I'll swap the other one to it, and I'll change the other one to the same depth as this, which is 6.5 feet, and I'll put a black and red on that one. That's what that'll do. That's not far off, 20. Telling you that's not far off. Right, so what we'll do now is I'll get this fish hooked in the net, get it in the sling, get it safe, and then we'll get the rod back out and then we'll have a look at the fish. Right, so that fish is now safely in the retainer out in the water. So what I'm going to do now is get this wrapped up, get it back out, and then we'll get that fish out and have a look. Right, that rod's wrapped up to 27 wraps, so get this wound in and let's get it out. Right, here we go then. This one's 17.3, not quite 20, but the zigs are starting to work, all the baiting's starting to pay off, so like I say, we'll get this one back, see if we can get some more.